Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. It's time now for one of our interview segments, presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Now, we do hear a lot about music concerts and benefits that are going on, but this one is going to touch a pretty special group of people who are going to be greatly impacted by this. It is called the Breaking Down the Borders Battle of the Bands, and will be held at the United Youth Baseball Field in Seward, and that's coming up September 1st, 2 weeks from today. Joining me in studio, and you can see them on Facebook Live as well, left to right, Kim Dodds and Nicole Winnett from the Indiana County Recovery Center. Folks, thanks a lot for joining us today on Indiana in the Morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Excellent. So let's start off with what the Indiana County Recovery Center does. Nicole, what do you do for this group?
So I am the office manager and a certified recovery specialist at the center. I run the day-to-day activities. I make the calendar. I run recovery support groups. We're also a free walk-in resource center. So we refer to other drug and alcohol agencies, ICAP, anything somebody would need in early recovery or any stage of recovery for that matter, to help rebuild their recovery capital, have somewhere safe for them to recover.
And Kim, what do you do for the Indiana County Recovery Center?
So I am the executive director.
Yes.
It's a volunteer position. It kind of came about by accident, but here I am probably 2 or 3 years as in that position. So I basically do the day in and day out, first of all, financial, supervise Nikki, offer support where I can. So a limited role, but important for the center right now.
Important and essential, as is the work of the Indiana County Recovery Center. You mentioned some of the things, Nicole, that the center does. This, though, is really important work in the process to help somebody who is recovering from addiction.
Yes.
Can you talk about that importance?
So in the early stages of recovery, it's really important for people to have housing, to have clothing, to have transportation, to have recovery support services, because a lot of the times when people don't have those services in the beginning, a relapse rate could be higher. So we offer healthy alternatives. We have a nutrition class where it's paired with the Indiana County Drug and Alcohol Commission, or the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission.
Right.
The YMCA, where you can get a free gym membership if you attend nutrition and yoga classes. We have a yoga instructor also in our studio. Twice a week she does classes. We offer an all recovery meeting that I run. We are going to be starting Smart Recovery September 23rd. So it's an alternative to 12-step fellowships.
Okay. So Smart Recovery is a different recovery program than what you just said. Is different from the 12-step program that many people associate with this.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
And another thing we offer, and I come from the family perspective, is we offer, there's a family recovery program called, what's it called?
Balm. It's Be a Loving Mirror.
Well, plus the Nar-Anon.
Yes.
That's on Wednesday evenings, but we just started a Balm program, which is a great program. It runs 7 weeks, and it's not too late to start in. They just had their first meeting last night. But if you want any information, obviously call the Recovery Center, and Nikki can give you more. But family recovery is important as well.
That's the thing as well, because you kind of need that family network as well as you're coming out of the recovery. That also will help, I think, at least I think it will. It will help reduce relapsing back into the negative addictive habits that come about.
Absolutely.
It's good to have that support system there, and the Indiana County Recovery Center provides that first phase of it, it sounds like.
Yes.
Do you get them right as they're coming out of the hospital, or is this the warm handoff that we keep hearing about?
So that's through the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But we do. We also help them before they go to treatment. If they walk into our center and they need to get into treatment, that's something that I can help them do. If there's a reason that I can't, I would refer them to somewhere else. We get referrals directly from treatment. Sometimes there's somebody that might have 2 years of being substance free and they still need assistance.
So let's now talk about this event that's coming up here. Is this the first time well, first off, we should say that this is actually a joint event,
Yes.
not just the Indiana County Recovery Center, but two other organizations with similar goals are taking part, right?
Yes.
And talk about those groups.
Okay, so we have Favor of Laurel Highlands, and it's Favor of,
Cambria County.
it's not Cambria, it's
No.
Westmoreland.
Like Western
They're-
Pennsylvania?
Yeah, they're located in Bolivar.
Okay,
One's in
so-
Bolivar and one's in Johnstown. All three of us are recovery community organizations. We have the same goal in mind.
Right. Okay, so is this the first year for this event?
No.
No. How many years has this been going on?
This will be the third year. This will be the first for the Battle of the Bands.
Okay, first for the Battle of the Bands, but you've held two other events to help out these three organizations,
Yes.
right? Okay. So what made you decide to change it up and go with a Battle of the Bands?
So this is the third year. So what it is the breaking down the borders is we have Cambria, Indiana, and Westmoreland County. Like addiction has no boundaries.
Right.
We want recovery to have no boundaries. And sometimes you get caught in the county that you live in. So we're trying to open that communication, but it's not a fundraiser. Everything is free. We have several sponsors from around our community. ICRMC has donated every year. Who else?
The Drug and Alcohol.
Drug and alcohol.
Commission.
We have several, and those will be all listed in our program. But we do have support from our community for this event. But we usually have it on a Saturday afternoon, and we found there was a lot of competition because September 1st kicks off National Recovery Month.
Right.
And so we decided there's a lot of recovery events going on. Pittsburgh has a big one. So instead of competing, we decided to try a different avenue, kick off Recovery Month. Our commissioner, Robin Gorman, will be there to do a proclamation.
Nice.
She's also one of the judges for
Yes.
Battle of the Bands.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we do have support. Jim Struzzi, a lot of our officials come out and support our event.
That's great that you have the support of county and state government here with you, and also probably the local governments as well from all three counties
Yes.
to put together to help in the assemblage of this event. So, do you have a roster of the bands that will be playing?
So we had 9 bands submit. And
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
We're only doing 4, so you can go ahead and touch on that, Nikki.
So we have not finalized the last 4 bands. We will today. We've all voted. The votes will be in when we have our meeting this afternoon.
Okay, so the bands, I'm assuming, had to submit like a demo tape or something like that. Okay, excellent. So the announcement will come this afternoon. Where will that be posted on the Recovery Center's social media or anything like
I
that?
will post it on the Recovery Center's social media. There's also a Breaking Down the Borders social media page,
Okay.
as well as Favor. Both Favors will post it also.
All right. Also, from what I saw on the flyer that you provided me, there's going to be a special tribute to those that have lost the battle with addiction. Maybe you guys can talk about this a little bit.
So every year for even Overdose Awareness Day, and this is going to be new for us. The day before, August 31st, is National Overdose Awareness Day.
Right.
So anybody that's lost a loved one, and if they need to send me a picture through our social media, through any information on here, they can do so. It will be a candlelight vigil in remembrance of anybody that's lost their life to substance use.
Right. So let's now go to the cheerier side. I know that is very important to pay tribute to those people, but there's going to be a lot of different stuff, not just the bands.
Right.
There's going to be, it says here, kids' games, bouncy house, other things.
A petting zoo. We didn't do
Face
golf.
painting.
And then there'll be it's a photo up. It's so much fun.
Oh, photo booth type
yeah.
thing. Okay,
It's so much
excellent.
fun.
All right,
There'll
excellent.
be speakers in between each set. Recovery speakers. It is obviously a substance-free, alcohol-free event.
Yeah.
There will be food vendors. I believe there's going to be some other vendors. Vendors are free, so if anybody wants to join, they can contact me at the Recovery Center, and I can get them set up.
All right. What's the number for the Recovery Center, by the way?
724-717-6492.
We'll repeat that at the end in case people do need to get to understand that. So this is one of those events, again, you said no alcohol or weapons or drugs, but the things you are allowed to bring, lawn chair or blankets.
Yes.
Okay. And also, you said that the 4 bands will be judged. Are they are they going to get like a certificate, trophy?
They get a $600 grand prize.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That ain't hate, but that ain't hate by any stretch of the imagination. When does this start?
It will be September 1st. It's going to open about 4:30 for vendors. The event starts at 5.
And again, we said this is the United Baseball Field in Seward?
Yes, and it's the first baseball field in Seward, not the high school.
Not the high school. This is the youth baseball field.
Right before you go over to the bridge.
Gotcha.
If you're coming from Indiana, before you go over the bridge, it's right to the left-hand side. And it is a family-friendly event. The bands we chose...
All understand that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is completely family-friendly.
And if anybody has any questions, how can they get a hold of Indiana County Recovery Center once again?
On our Facebook page, which is Indiana County Recovery Center, I run the page. I'll be in direct contact with them. Or our email is recoverycenterindianacounty@gmail.com, and the phone number is 724-717-6492.
Well, Nicole, Kim, thank you both very much for joining us on Indiana in the Morning. Let's help break down the borders of addiction, and I hope that this event is an amazing success. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Kim Dodds, Nicole Winnett joining us this morning on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Remember, the Breaking Down the Borders Battle of the Bands, September 1st, starts at 4 o'clock at the United Youth Baseball Field in Seward, and the bands will start at 5 o'clock. It is a family-friendly event, free for all ages. So all you need to do is just go over there and support their missions. Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Our interview is presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We're about a minute away from the top of the hour. We'll have the latest Fox News headlines coming up. Then I'll have the latest local news headlines from the WCCS newsroom. Jake Slobodnik will be in with sports. We'll have some guaranteed good news, and we'll also have a lot going on in our 9 o'clock hour. Stay tuned.